This will be the lesson for fifth grade, Course F, lesson number 5, called Mini Project Virtual Pet. There are only 7 puzzles. Let's see if we can fit them in right now. Here is puzzle number 1. Virtual pet. Whoa, check out this cool pet. Do this. Bullet. Play with the virtual pet program. Bullet. Read the code to see how it works. You can even make changes. Bullet. What happens when the pet touches the other sprites? Bullet. What happens when you click the pet? Run the code and play with the pet. When you are done, click Finish. Click OK and click Less to make that window as small as possible. And now you can see the actual program. And yes, it is very, very long. And we're not going to explore everything on here. I'm just going to give you an idea of the types of things you can do. Number 1, you can just click Run. Secondly, you can go click on each of the items to see if they do anything. Thirdly, you can come in here and change the number of the sizes. For example, right now the dog says 100, but if you change that number, you can change it to something larger like 200. And notice that the dog size changed. You can do the same thing with the other items. For example, we can intentionally make this something super small like 25 and then run. Notice how tiny it got. Let's see, we can drag the item. Okay, so I want to draw your attention to these event blocks, these two right here that say when the dog touches the dog food bowl, the dog will change size by 10. This one says when the dog touches the green ball, the dog will stop everything and begin spinning right. You also have these up here that tells you that the food bowl begins being draggable and the ball begins being draggable, which means I should be able to click run, come in here, click on this, and then move it. But remember, based on what it says down here, something about the dog will change size when this touches the dog. Did you notice that he got bigger? All right, let's see if it does it again. He does it again. Every single time that he goes to that they touch, the dog will actually change in size by 10. And if we drag the ball to him, he will start spinning. And all of that is based on this behavior being draggable, and then the behavior we told it that when they touch, such and such things should happen. When you are satisfied and you've kind of checked everything out, you are ready, go ahead and click finish. It will turn that bubble green and move us on to puzzle number 2. Go ahead and close this. The directions here say, now it's your turn to create your own virtual pet. Let's start by making sprites for your pet and its food. Do this. 1. Optional. Click the Costumes tab to add new costumes to your project. 2. Make 2 sprites with different costumes. 3. Choose different locations for your sprites. And 4. Change the size of your sprites with a set size block. I'm going to go ahead and click OK and then click Less just so that we have as much room as possible here. The first thing that I want to do is go into costumes. Now, there are already several sprites that have been chosen for us: the dog food bowl, a bone, a ball, a little rabbit, a carrot, broccoli. Is this lettuce or cabbage? One or the other. A cat and cat food. You do have quite a few sprites that have already been added. And if you are familiar with Paint, you can use any of these commands to further alter the picture that is already chosen. However, since we already have a bunch here, I did want to point this out. If you click plus, you have an awful big library of things that you can choose from: musical instruments, school objects, donuts and foods and things like that, Halloween costumes, monsters. So you are not limited to the ones that we have here. They have given you quite a bit. You can add as many other ones as you want. But now, if I go back to code, they did say that they wanted us to add at least 2 sprites. So I'm going to go ahead and go to sprites. And I'm going to grab this and bring it out here. Grab another one because they said at least 2, and I'm going to change them. I don't want them both to be the same animal. I'm just going to go ahead and choose this monkey, and I'm going to change the dog to a piece of cheese. Please notice that they're also in the same location, and the way that we fix that is by clicking on that little icon, coming back over here, and then choosing a different location for each of the sprites. I'm also going to go ahead and give it a bit of a friendlier background. It also asked us to change their size. So if I go to sprites, you do have a block that says set sprite size to 50. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and I'm going to change this one to the block of cheese, and I'm going to make it 150. Notice that the cheese got bigger. And I'm going to do the same thing for the monkey. Grab it, put it on here, change it to the monkey, and I'm going to change its size. Well, actually, it was already a 50, so as soon as I added it, the monkey got smaller. Let's go ahead and run the program. Give it time to go all the way to the right-hand side there, and then you are done. You can go ahead and click continue. Now, the interesting thing about this type of unit is that all of the work that I just did here will come with me to the next puzzle. Here's what I mean. Everything that we did for puzzle number 2 is still here. The directions here say now let's make it so the user can move the food to your pet with the being draggable behavior, which is this button right here that has the words being draggable. Do this. 1. Add a sprite begins block to your code. Select your food sprite's costume. 2. Find the being draggable behavior and add it to your code. Press 3. Run. You should now be able to move the food sprite around on the screen by clicking it or tapping it. Okay, and click less. So in behaviors, you have 2 blue blocks. One of them says sprite begins. The other one says sprite stops. We need the one that says sprite begins. Add it on here. And then also in behaviors, we're looking for the green one that says being draggable. And I wanted the cheese, in this case, I want the cheese to be what's draggable. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to the cheese. And because I added this behavior, I should be able to click on the cheese and drag it like this. Run, and then click it and drag it. You can put it wherever you want. That's all they needed for puzzle number 3. Go ahead and click continue. Here's number 4. It says now let's use a new when touching event block to make your pet grow when it eats. When this sprite touches this sprite. So we're looking for a green event block that looks like this. Do this. 1. Drag out a when touches event block. Select your 2 sprites. 2. Use a change size block below this event to make your pet grow. Optional challenge. Play a sound when your pet eats its food. Click OK. Click less. So we're looking for a green event block in events that has the picture of both of the sprites when this sprite touches this sprite. Now, because it is an event block, it doesn't need to be connected to anything. I'm just going to leave it right there. But I am going to change these to our 2 sprites that I have chosen. So when you do yours, make sure that you do choose the 2 sprites that you have chosen. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the behavior for growing. Sprite begins. And I'm going to make it the monkey. This is what I want to change. Something when they do touch, I want the monkey to start growing. See the word growing there. So the monkey supposedly will start getting bigger and bigger and bigger when the cheese touches him. Click run, drag the cheese, and as soon as I got it there, the monkey's eating it and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Go ahead and click continue. Here is puzzle number 5. The directions say next, let's add another draggable sprite for your pet to play with. This could be a toy or even a friend. Do this. 1. Make another new sprite. 2. Choose a costume to represent your pet's toy or friend. 3. Optional. Change the size of your new sprite. And 4. Give the new sprite the being draggable behavior. So they would like for us to add a new sprite. So go to sprites, grab it, and I'm just, you know what, I could add it at the bottom of the program, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep it where the other sprites are. I'm also going to move this out of the way since we are adding things to the bottom of the program. I'm not sure if I like the dog there. I'm going to go ahead and choose the penguin, but I also don't want him to be there. Let me pick a different spot for him, and I should change its size. So sprites, setting a size, and again I'm kind of grouping them together. Change this to the penguin, make it a little bit smaller, like 30 maybe. Okay, there it is. Let's see, and I need to add a the ability for it to be draggable. So just like I did this for the cheese, I'm going to do the exact same thing for my new sprite, which is the penguin. So go to behaviors, sprite begins, and change this to the penguin. And I need the green one that says being draggable. So behaviors and being draggable. Okay, click run, move him, move the penguin. That's all they wanted to see. Go ahead and click continue. Here's puzzle number 6. The directions say, now let's show your pet's excitement by giving it a behavior when the new sprite touches it. Do this. Add another when touches block to your code. Select your pet and its toy or friend. 2. Use a sprite begins block to give your pet a new behavior when the new sprite touches it. Optional challenge. Bullet. Play a sound to show your pet's excitement. Click OK. So, just like we added this earlier at the beginning, an earlier puzzle that whenever the cheese and the monkey touched, the monkey would begin to grow. I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new one, still with the monkey, but instead of with the cheese, it'll be with the toy penguin. So, events, here's the block. I got to change the characters to both the penguin and the monkey. And now I need to find the blue block that says sprite begins, which is in behaviors. Sprite begins. And what I think the toy, let me change it to the penguin because it's the penguin that I want to begin a new behavior. So I'm gonna see, do they have something that makes them like behaving erratically or just funny? Spinning. How about just spinning? Wobbling. Wobbling is a good one. So I'm gonna go ahead and click run. I'm gonna grab my toy penguin, and as soon as he touches the monkey, you should see a wobbling behavior. Can't really see it because of how small it is. Let's see. Use the sprite begins block to give your pet a new behavior when the new sprite touches it. Maybe I should have changed this to the monkey. So when the penguin touches the monkey should begin this new behavior. Let's see if that works. Okay. So I didn't, maybe I should have chosen a different behavior, but that seems to have worked. Go ahead and click continue. And here is puzzle number 7. The directions say, great job. What else can you add to your program? Try anything you like. Try these ideas. And they give you some suggestions like add another sprite that interacts with your pet in a different way. Use a when pet clicked block to make your pet stop any behaviors. Uh, Experiment with different behaviors, combining behaviors that make the sprite move with their behaviors like fluttering, jittering, and wobbling to make more things more lifelike. Now, this is the last puzzle of the unit, and that it is an open puzzle, which means there's not something specific that they want you to accomplish. You are welcome to do whatever you like here. For example, I can simply add another background, change the background when the cheese touches the monkey. I can make it so that the background will also change when the cheese touches the monkey, like this. Run, grab it, and as soon as he touches it, the color of the background changes. That is one thing that you can change. It's a very, very simple thing. And you are welcome to change any and everything that you would like. And then when, oh my gosh, there's the wobbling that I couldn't see earlier. But anyway, spend as much time or as little time as you want here. And when that is actually kind of creepy, isn't it? When you are satisfied with your product, go ahead and click finish. That will turn the bubble green. Click finish one more time. And you should get to the page with the certificate. And here it is. And you are not required to do anything here. This simply means that you are done.